Hi there, I'm John Quintero. Now, here we show you the Caribbean region. Come on, join us. General list of the Caribbean region. The Caribbean region is characterized by its warm climate and its spectacular beaches. It is mostly made up of flat territory, but it is also home to the highest coastal mountain formation in the world, the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta. It is made up of 7 departments: Atlántico, Bolívar, Magdalena, La Guajira, Cesar, Córdoba, and Sucre, an archipelago, San Andres and Providencia, and 194 municipalities. The Caribbean region is of utmost importance for the Colombian economy due to that, in addition to its competitive human capital, has a geographic position as the best export platform in the country, represent in the export system, zones free trade and industrial parks, which facilitates the exchange of the high volume trade with the world. The climate of the Caribbean region is tropical, being characterized for presenting warm temperature all year round, with an average temperature close to 25 C. The climate in the Caribbean also quite humid, with a percentage of relative humidity that fluctuates between 77% and 82.5%. In the gastronomy of the Colombian Caribbean, there are ingredients such as sea and river fish, seafood, beef, chicken, pork, bush animals, cassava, banana, yams, legumes, derivatives of milk, rice, corn, native fruits, among others.
Hello, I am Cristian Ramirez, and today I am going to talk a little about the historical context of the typical dishes of the Caribbean region in Colombia. Let's go. The customs and gastronomy of the Caribbean region are one of the most important heritage that our country has, and its gastronomy has a fusion of produce and techniques of African, Creole, Cajun, Native American, European, Latin American, Indian, Chinese, and major its origin. These culinary traditions were brought from various countries to the Caribbean region by immigrants. Subsequently, a unique and diverse style of its typical dishes of the country was created in the region. I am going to talk about one of the typical dishes of the Caribbean region, and this is fish chicharron. This is one of the easiest and most delicious recipes since it's made with few ingredients, and these are fish fillets, salt, flour wheat, and oil. This great dish can be accompanied by a delicious carimañola. This is a yuca of empanada stuffed with fish or meat that is fried in oil.
Hi, I am Karen Lorena Ramirez Morales. I'm going to tell about a typical dessert from the Región Caribe. Sancocho costeño. This typical dish cannot be absent in the family gathering of the inhabitants of the region. Ingredients: beef ribs, potato, pumpkin, cassava, plantain, yam, crab, carrot, celery, onion, pepper, coriander, garlic, ground pepper, sweet pepper, salt, condiment. To make this sancocho costeño, what you do is cook the meat well and little from salt and water for 30 minutes. From there, the potatoes are peeled and chopped into big pieces, such as pumpkin, cassava, plantain, yam, and finally the crab. From there we go on the chop the carrot, celery, onion, pepper, coriander, and finally the garlic. into small pieces. Once everything is chopped in and packed, add a little water and from there is start to put the bastimento and finally the seasoning and salt to taste. And so there is a delicious sancocho costeño. Cocadas. They are rich, sweet, sweet and texture between crunchy and soft. Ingredients: grated coconut water, vanilla, and milk. Add the coconut water while the vanilla once it's boiling. Add the grated coconut, stir until you find the desired texture and add a little milk and continue stirring. When finished, add third portion and let them cool. And so are the cocadas of the Región Caribe.
Hi guys, my name is Shirley Pinzon. I'm going to tell you about the typical food the Caribbean region.
The seafood casserole is a typical dish the Colombian Caribbean region. Its preparation as well as its ingredients to vary slightly in the different areas in the region, including ingredients such as lobster, prawns, shrimp, fish, clams, square, oyster-fried vegetable stew, onion, carrot, pepper, tomato, and spice. And absolutely have cream with when and Parmesan cheese or cooked in water. The tamari pole is traditional sweet from Colombian Caribbean coast. Goose beans, anasur, tamari, and sugar. The tamari bowl is a perfect combination of the diversity and sweetness.
Hi, my name is Natalia Castillo. I'm 24 years old and I'm going to talk about one of the typical food from the Caribbean region. Is rice with coconut. Rice with coconut is one of the typical recipes of the Caribbean and the Colombian Pacific. This delicious dish is accompanied by fried snapper, patacones, and salad. It's said that before the arrival of the Spaniards, snapper was prepared, cooked, or roasted. This is because the indigenous people did not use this technique since they didn't know butter. But with the arrival of the colonizers, frying became a culinary technique. They used lard to fry fish and other foods. As for coconut rice, there is no clear history about the region, but it can be said that this recipe comes from the culinary mixtures of African, indigenous, and Spanish people. In addition, coconut is a tropical fruit of the Caribbean and Pacific regions. Therefore, it's one of the most used ingredients in the cuisine of these regions. Although it contains coconut, it's a savory dish that serves as an accompaniment to fish and meat, with a slight sweet and sour flavor. It can be prepared in two versions, black coconut rice and white coconut rice. The essential ingredient in its preparation is the coconut, which must be of the good quality and from which the milk and pulp are used. It's an easy recipe to prepare and requires only 4 or maybe 5 ingredients. It's a favorite companion of the villagers for fish and patacon. Well, now I'm going to talk about the dessert called enyucado. Enyucado is a traditional dessert from the Caribbean coast of Colombia and Panama. It's a cake made of yuca, coconut, sugar, butter, and nasi, a pinch of salt, and coastal cheese in the case of the Colombian Caribbean coast. Depending on the customs and tastes of the dinners, 2 eggs yolks can also be added to the dough. Others, instead of adding grated coconut, incorporate the coconut milk or simply cow's milk. Some people are inclined to add 2 or 3 spoonfuls of wheat flour to the dough, and some choose to do without the national cheese or white cheese, as the case may be.